Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Stationeers Venus. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 23. Just a little reminder before we get going, I am well ahead of this point on stream. So just keep that in mind when providing feedback and comments. Thank you, and let's start. I don't even really know how to recap last stream because it depends on how you define where I left off. But pretty immediately here, what I'm going to be doing is taking project ideas for ways to sort of advance our base here. Hey, T-Lord. Welcome. So there was a lot of project ideas that we had talked about. But I don't know if we actually got around to doing all of them, but I do think that we're going to have to re-propose new ideas. All right, I have already built the logic for that. I don't really need to check those tanks anymore. I forgot about that. It is nighttime, so I'm going to pull in some nitrogen, even though our nitrogen tanks are pretty full. I could finish up smelting from last stream, but I think actually what I'm going to do is to bring in a whole new set of newly suggested stream goals. You know, we've made a fair bit of money farming up here now. So another thing I want to do is to check the trader to see, is there anything left to buy? Part of the issue is I sort of have to figure out exactly what I was doing, and well, I'll be honest, I'm not caught up. I am not caught up. Let's turn this music down just a smidgen as well. Do I plan on doing another upcoming Kenshi? There you go. There's your answer. Very neatly in one website. All right, Mr. Lander. Oh, this was yeah, no, this wasn't a guy that we were going to do trades with. Right. All right, I'm going to depart him and see if we can't bring in someone else. Well, that's kind of loud, isn't it? And I think I have my trade stations off. All right, cycling back inside. Mistakes were made. So it takes me a minute to just sort of jumpstart the brain of like where I left off, because I streamed for like 2 hours after the stream kind of officially ended, or like an hour and a half or so. So hey, buddy. Come over here. Hi. Hi. All right. So the temperature in the base is stable, which is really good news. It's not... Oh, I think we are about to get daybreak, so let's turn this off. Also, with that in mind, we probably... Yeah, we have a good bit of pressure there, too. So yeah, if you do have ideas for goals, go ahead and drop your ideas in the channel point redemption, and we'll work on them. I can personally think of a lot of ideas, but I don't really want to nudge your suggestions one way or another. I'll just leave it up to what you guys suggest. So, one thing I know I'd like to do eventually is probably get some more radiators now that I've made more steel into my X, and possibly top up my X amount as well. So we have 116 moles of X in there, and we've got 285 in here. So while it's daytime, let me turn off my lights. While it's daytime, I might actually go ahead and right, both batteries. I might actually go ahead and and push more X into the AC. And another little reminder, of course, that we've... Here, let me move my tablet. We have set up the batch writers for air conditioning logic. So we have all the air conditioning logic now, so I don't really need to babysit this. It will use a whole lot of power, but not needing to babysit it is kind of nice, I gotta say. Alright, so we do have our backup crops. A little bit more rice than anything else. Now, we aren't eating any of it yet. Like, I haven't actually set myself up to consume any of it, but it exists. Now, let's go get our iron. And make some pipes.
Filter low.
It's always such a misnomer when I say filter low, because it's not that it's low, it's actually that it's empty. It doesn't give you a low warning, which is, I find, odd. Alright, so the X here, we decided will be yellow. And for me to bring X into my... bring X into the AC lines, I am also going to need a volume pump. The last volume pump I used for this I sold or something. I don't know, I'm not even sure where it went, but all I know is we don't have it anymore. So let's get gold and copper. It looks to me like I am just about out of gold. There's no more gold anywhere? Alright, noted. And I don't think there's any more gold in my arc furnace to be smelted. And there's certainly not any in my mining belt. Okay. I'm very, very low on gold. Alright, let's get that volume pump with 2 out of the remaining 3 gold that I own. Howdy, Words and JD. Welcome. Alright. It's not ideal, but I'm going to put it here. Floating. Of course. And the volume pump will prevent X from traveling back the wrong way, right? So, as I said, we have, what, 114 moles or something like that? 116 moles? Okay. So this is just a small little project. One of those little nice-to-haves that, that I'll set up and use. So I would say maybe 15 more pipes or so. I like the project submitted so far. So just to read them out, we've got the automated furnace and moving gas input through the cooler so I can harvest gas during the day. Alright. That's, it would be a heck of a lot of cooling required. Fangface, and I don't really need a whole lot of harvested gas. So I'm not necessarily saying no to that project, I'm just, I'm actually kind of done harvesting all gas, period. But I'll do it if it gets the votes. Or if you want to propose a new project, I can reject it for you. Hey, Decade and Divide. Welcome, guys. Alright, so the current project I'm working on... Oh, you know what? Current project is more coolant and cooler coolant. Alright. Got that updated. So this will help to keep our base temperate. Oh, perfect amount. Alright, so now the 280 something moles, 329 moles. Oh, that's even more than I thought. Now I have to use the volume pump to put all of this new X gas into my coolant lines. And because it's increasing in volume, it will have less temperature shock. So the only thing I need to do at this point is to temporarily wire up the volume pump. All of what I just built is temporary setup. And it's one of these temporary setups that probably I'm going to set up here and there. Just to do the X in batch. I don't want to leave this constructed because it's kind of ugly. Chaos, thanks to the resub. Finally able to resub. I appreciate it. All right, so now my AC lines, not only are they becoming more pressured, which is good, but they're also becoming cooler because the gases in my base, in the tanks, were actually cooler. This is cooler X than what was in my AC tanks. Yeah, look at the gas temp outside. Ugh, gross. Why isn't this CO2 getting passed? That's weird. I don't know why there's... Oh, you know what? Because the CO2 is so pressurized. Ah, I see. Yeah, so there's going to be CO2 that's kind of stuck in the system here, but it's fine. Do you think we need more radiators? Yes, absolutely. That's another thing that we're going to need. I can't put the radiators in during the day because, you know, death. If I go outside, but yeah, I'll be hooking up some more radiators once I'm able to go outside. So let's do that. I will need gold for this though. So I'm going to need to do some significant gold mining. It's too bad I didn't do the gold mining before the day because the regular furnace, even that furnace up there would be really good at smelting gold. You know, gold is so easy to smelt in Venus atmosphere because of how hot Venus is. All right, so there's only like less than a mole left. So I would say that is done. Part of me just wants to like leave this hooked up, even though it's kind of ugly. Just because I'm sure I'll be using it again. All right, so we got automated mining, automated furnace, a pet Yoda. Ooh, sorry. Hey. Hey, Yoda. Hey, buddy. I forgot to pet you. What's the external temperature? Almost below 200 C. So let's do a little poll of what you guys submitted so far. So automated furnace, automated mining, forging alloys. What else did you say? Daytime gas capture. I think that's all of them. Yeah. All right, there they are. Is there such thing as automated storage in this game? Sort of. You can kind of use the vending machine as storage like that. Sort of. Big old caveat with a lot of asterisks. So yeah, it's something that you can do. It doesn't work out well. Basically, because of how many detailed components this game has. I wonder what this... Oh, that looks really strange, doesn't it? Because of all the the detailed components that this game has to offer, you can set up stuff like automated storage relatively with a lot of difficulty. I'll put it that way. So it is possible, but it would require a lot of cabling and wiring and all that stuff. So it might be more of an investment of a project than you want to invest. I'm getting a little bit of gold so that I can build more radiators. I'm also a little worried due to the temperature of my coolant line that there might be something wrong with my my vacuum room. I could be wrong. It could just be that we're air conditioning the base too fast for the vacuum to be able to keep up. And that's entirely possible. Oh, are you? Oh, God. This is bad. Oh, come on. I need a weather station. Oh. Yeah, first time I was caught out. I'm glad I have pretty good cardinal direction sense, because I can't see anything. Maybe I don't have good cardinal direction sense. I'm pretty sure the base is this way, but all this unprocessed coal makes me think otherwise. Oh, this is terrible. Game, where am I? Help. Alright, this looks like the crater that was near the base. Oh, this is the silicon. Okay, I am lost. I know it's also very, very, very loud. Hang on, let me, music, keep going. I am lost. Having a tracker installed or a weather station set up would have averted this, but I have neither. I'm doing the dangerous jetpacking upwards, seeing if I might be able to... Oh, God. I should have jetpacked. Okay. Oh. Alright, that probably ruined my... Yeah, it ruined my air tanks. Oh, boy. Where the heck am I? Hey, Vaultals. Okay, and... Game's bugged out again. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought it was. That was weird. Ah, there's the base. So, I might want a permanent tracker. I think I just demonstrated the need for one. Straight Crash, you did show up. Welcome to the stream. Alright, well, I will filter out my filters in my suit later. Luckily, those Venus storms aren't so hot that it kills you. It's just very disorienting and scary to be caught out in a storm like that. But there are weather stations, and I could set them up. I just haven't done that yet. But again, as I said, it would need to be a goal. Yeah, it was 395C. That's like 5C short of when your suit starts to take damage. So we were very close to our upper limit tolerance, as far as I know. Yeah, when in doubt, dig a hole. You could, but you'd have to seal it or something. Congrats on finding my way home. Thanks. Yeah, storms can definitely get you lost. I'll see about collecting. So I definitely mentioned I was very low on gold, so about 100 gold should do, and this node seems to be pretty rich. And taking a look at what you're all voting on, it looks... Oh, let me fix the lighting. Looks like I might work towards mining, making mining a little bit easier. Alright, good enough. Wonder why there's like a... I guess light is spilling through... I don't really get what's going on there. How warm is this? I doubt it's hot enough. I don't have Kelvin to Celsius memorized. Yeah, I doubt this is hot enough. It would have been in the middle of the storm, though. No, it's not hot enough. Okay, we'll put it through the arc. This very calm music did not match that storm we were in. Kelvin equals Celsius minus 273. Yeah, I can't do that kind of math off the top of my head. Also, I don't have the temperature of gold memorized. I guess I could have gone for this, which would have been cool. It doesn't even tell me. What's funny is I've had a lot of yeah, it just says how to manufacture. Put it in a centrifuge. Incorrect. I've had a lot of people tell me to use the Stationpedia or whatever it's called, and I'm like, it kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, it's like totally wrong information most of the time. But yet people are like, oh, you should. And it's like, I'd use it if it was good. All right, let's evacuate our waste tank.
Tank critical.
Switch our waste tanks out. Because a ton of the oxygen that I had in my O2 tanks went into the waste tank during that storm. To try to keep me cool, it dumps a lot of waste. Oh, look at this! It's all ready. This music's weird. This music's too weird. Alright, it's going to take me a minute to set these up. Once I'm done with the AC fix, I'll work on the voted goal. I'm just going to leave it up as a poll until I start working on it, just as a kind of reminder of what I'll be working on to all of you. And of course, you're welcome to submit new ideas too. Hey Slasher, welcome to the stream. Don't spoil it for anyone. Why not do the plants during the day when I can't do anything else? Well, right now I'm waiting for gold to smelt. So I'm sort of bottlenecked on that. But you're not wrong. Doing these during the day would make the most sense. It's just I'm out of gold and the one thing I was working on requires it. Plus it's becoming daytime. I can see the sun coming up. But Patty, yeah, normally I would relegate my nighttime hours to being at least outside. And before anyone mentions that a Venus night would be like a year or whatever, yeah, I know. This isn't actually Venus. I've gotten so many YouTube comments about that. Is terraforming possible in this game? No. No. I mean, it depends on what you mean by terraforming, but I think I know what you mean, and no. You can manipulate soil, which is terraforming. Like, technically, if you have a shovel and you dig a hole in the ground, that's technically terraforming, but I don't think you mean that. What do ferns do? Ferns convert CO2 to O2, which is why I have so many of them, because they're currently my only source of renewable oxygen. So without ferns, I'd be oxygenless. There's other ways to generate oxygen in this game, but I haven't employed any of the other methods. Dang, it's still going on the gold, huh? Gold takes forever to smelt. Yeah, they can also be used to make other things, but I don't have soybeans. Exactly. But they can also be sold. So that's another big thing I'm going to do is, as you can see, I'm keeping all these spare crops, and these are crops I just don't need right now. And I'll sell them to vendors when I'm able to go outside. Oh, let me turn that off. How hot was it? 239? Okay, it's not great. But I probably actually don't need to top up my nitro tanks anytime soon. You wonder if fern powder sells more than the fern itself? It's possible. It's very, very possible. According to Rius, who looks at the code, all plants produce the same O2. Ferns do not remove X. I don't know if that's true anymore. I know that used to be. Again, a lot of the code base is out of date. And the Stationpedia here is not helpful at all. Oh, I heard my gold. There it is. God, that took a while. And the next batch. All right, so it's again 51.5 C. That's the same temperature that it was before. So I'm a little worried that there's issues with our AC system from the vacuum room, but I can't really go to investigate at this midday. What else can I do? I could start to... Oh, let's see. We're 3% oxygen. That's not terrible. I could start to do underground stuff too. We're almost at the exact ratio that I want. 95.5. Actually, we're lower than 5% CO2 because I think what's happening is it's being converted to O2 so quickly, which is kind of cool. All right, so just a little reminder, my pressure regulator is set to 150. And the back pressure is set to 100. Let's set this up to 120 for now. So we'll let the pressure in the base go up a bit. I might have to adjust the console at some point, but... Carevic covers why we don't terraform in this game, yeah. It's also because nothing that you do scales, like this tiny little base I have here. Like, the player doesn't affect their environment on that kind of scale in this game. Right? I think that's the larger reason. It's not so much the sci-fi reason, it is simply we are only changing our local environment and just barely too. You know, this isn't this game isn't Dyson Sphere program where you're like collecting all the sunlight from your main local star. And therein lies a significant difference. Just make your base span the entire planet? I guess. Technically, I would do it. Alright. Yukon, thanks for the sub, by the way. Yukon Cornelius, cheers. Oh, man, what do I do during the day here? So another question I have is, how much power am I draining? So let's see. So the power generation is... We're generating about 5.6 kilowatts. It's not bad. And we're using... Well, actually, our AC systems are using a whole lot. That's another reason I am trying to make improvements to this, to the coolant system, is if I get my coolant to be cooler, our air conditioners don't have to keep cranking and struggle, which is going to be a bit of a lifesaver when it comes to power generation. Now that I'm on, heavy watt wires, I could just add more power generation. There's nothing really stopping me from adding a new level of wind and solar, if that became, you know, a goal. Do I have any idea how many coolers are going to be enough? No, I have no idea. I wish. I'm not sure that this this scrubber is really doing much anymore. I'll try not to. Oh yeah, it grabbed a few X. Let me turn it off and see if, as long as they don't paint indoors, I shouldn't have any X bleed. So I'm pretty much responsible for introducing all the X myself. So the first thing I want to do, once it becomes temperate enough for me to go outside, is take a look at my vacuum room to see if it somehow isn't vacuum sealed anymore. And then to try to get a rough count of how many... Okay, it's automatically managing itself. Try to get a rough count of how many radiators do I think would be needed to sort of maximize the operation. Alright, so automated mining will be my next project after I finish this radiator. That's pretty cool. What is that on? Is that the... I actually might need the mods for the... Yeah, I'll probably need the mods here. The electronic printer mod, which would be Constantin solder Electrum. So the issue with the project that you voted on, unless I'm wrong about where the automated miner is, well, let's see. I can go to the Stationpedia. No, miner. Auto miner. Kit small. Tier 2 electronics printer. Okay, so yeah. The issue with this is I don't have an electronics printer mod, so maybe I shop for one. Make pipes, I'm probably going to need them. That's true. That is true. Let me just put every last ounce of X I've got in there too. So yeah, for me to do auto mining, I do need either to buy the electronics printer mod or to make Electrum, Constantin, and solder. Electrum's going to be easy. Constantin is going to be a little trickier. Electrum is just easier because of its temperature and pressure requirements. For Venus, it's no problem. Constantin, on the other hand, is definitely going to be the problemed alloy. All right, out I go. I think I left that volume pump on, but whatever. As long as I don't run out of power. What does it require? So Electrum is gold silver. If you take a look here, Electrum It requires about 326 C and 800 to 2.4 kPa, or 800 kPa to 2.4 MPa. And that's not hard to achieve. Not at all. That's like just atmospheric temperature on this planet. But then if you take a look at Constantine, that requires much, much, much more pressure and a temperature that's difficult to achieve on this planet as well. Okay, so it's vacuumed in here. This is still a vacuum seal. So it's basically just because we don't have enough radiators. Yeah, the atmospheric temperature doesn't reach 700 C, so I can't just use Atmo. I think probably the fastest way to accomplish this project that you all have me on is to it's weird that there's light in this room. That's so strange. The fastest way is almost certainly going to be to purchase the required electric mod from a trader. Because I can just tell you that making Constantine... Uh-oh. Bug, go away. Making Constantine is going to require like an automated furnace. Or a use of a lot of our oxygen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 radiators. And let's save. I don't know what that, Oh, I had spaces in it. My bad. Oh, whatever. Save game. Delete. No, can't. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't care. That's going to cost some steel? It will. It will. But that's the cost, you know? It's just the cost of having air conditioning. All right, so 15 radiators, and then I'm going to start to try to pick up a trader that will sell me an electronics mod. Rather than to make my own Electrum and Constantine. And the Constantine's just going to have to wait until I have an automated furnace, or I get enough projects to tell me to go do it. All right, so that is a fair bit of gold and steel. I have a big batch of steel though. I like that project, JD. Build a tracker. All right, while those radiators print up, I will replace my batteries. There's 5 of 15. And that should help. Oh, I can turn this off. That should help my my AC issues. Because basically, oh, as you can see, our AC is actually running out of power. I think our ACs are just... For this game, either the coolers are on or off. And the cooler the coolant is, the more effective it works. So right now, the ACs are just cranked, but not actually producing any cold. To the point where, if my little dude could jump... Oh my god. Use your stumpy little legs. There we go. I guess I didn't need to open that. I'm actually going to shut them down. Because they're just... I'm just not effectively cooling anything at this point. Alright, one more. And you can change the recipe when you only want one. or one left. Turn on the traders. And divide by 0. Thanks for the bits. All right, let's hook up these radiators and hope that 15 more radiators help. If I paint them, remember not to paint them in the vacuum room. Ah, I should paint them. Crud. You're right, and I won't do that in the vacuum room. Thanks to Kede for reminding me. What is this music? I don't... As you can probably hear, I don't have a curated playlist. I just have, like, some sort of playlist. All right, let me go get my yellow paint. And try to be DJ. Does the drop trip work to try to change them colors? Yeah, if I can spray paint one of them and then pick them up and then pick up the other ones and it will change all the colors. You do have to spray paint one, or alternatively, I could have just uninstalled one of them. Let me do it that way. Ah! There's so many ways to skin a cat that I can't even decide which way I want. Right? Right, little cat buddy? Would it be a good idea to connect pipes from the vacuum room to the hydroponics? Or use pumps to move the coolant? Brutalist Toast asks, could you specify what you mean? I'm not really sure I understand your question. That's the problem. Too many ways to paint the cat? Yeah. Alright, so we could just color them this way. Take one radiator and color the whole group. Because that works. Now the whole stack's yellow and I never painted anything. Yep. A bit magic, but, you know, whatever. Alright, there we go. That is a big wall of radiators. Let's see, before I exit this... Oh, what am I doing? Stop. Before I exit this room, let's see if it's had any sort of effect. Whoo! We're good! Look at that! Look at that temperature! Yeah. Now, I know the wall coolers aren't on right now, but that is some temperature shifting right there. So we're good. All right, let's get out of here. AC has been fixed. Rad, the HVAC repairman. All right, more radiators equal better. Got it. A very, very important message from the Radiator Union. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do is let's go ahead and stick a bunch of our seeds in the vending machine so I can sell them. Well, let's find a trader that has an electric mod so I can work on your goals. Oh God, but the sun's coming up. Oh, 94%? Come on now. There we are. You! Tech Tree. Hey, Tech Tree sounds like it might be the right trader. Hello? Oh, there he is. Besides the hydration mechanic, what is the main differences? There's just a lot more features in the game than when I was playing in on Mars. so that would be a major factor. Okay, so what do we got? We've got the autolathe printer mod, the electronic printer mod. Done. What else? Oh god, it's getting hot. All right, just give me those two. Confirm. Cool. Bye-bye. So, Grillax, Jax, to answer your question more thoroughly, yeah, there's just a lot more content. Also, Venus is not the same planet as Mars. So Mars had ices, Venus only has some ices. Venus is a lot harder, it's a lot higher pressure. There's other stuff in the game. If you want to check a look at the patch notes, you can read the whole list. But like, for instance, there's wind turbines that I have installed that I obviously never had prior. So as you can see, there's wind turbines right there. Oh, also, if you guys would remind me, I did survive a storm, but that means that my solar power panels are borked pretty badly. Oh, and I almost blew up the base, which is what I do so well. How bad did this get? 50. Ooh, nice. Good job, me. Come on, pressure, go down. Okay, let's stay away from the explosions. Hey, MVP. Hey, Sky. All right, so back to work. Hey, Destructo. I'm sorry about the very strange music. All right, so if we wanted to switch the plants over, obviously all of our farm plants are fully grown. Welder and mod in hand. Yep. Thanks for the reminder. I'm just getting sidetracked. So there is the electronic printers mod, and this is the autolathe mod. And these are better. A wider array of recipes at our disposal. Hey Jason, how's my night? It's pretty good. How about yours? All right, let's power these up. So, you guys wanted an auto mod. So here is our auto miner, and unfortunately, automatic mining is going to require Invar and Electrum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poll you again. If the problem is I really don't have the current ability to make Invar. Invar is just as complicated as Constantin, actually a little harder, to be honest. It's going to require an automated furnace because of the lack of oxides on Venus. I don't really think that there's another way. So I'll poll you all again. Automated mining will be on the list, but automated mining, if you pick that, means I'm going to get an automated furnace first. It's going to be kind of a requirement. So I'm adding to this list build a tracker. Or actually, I'll take off automated mining and put it back in once we have the requirements to do it. We also have repair solar panels and add more power to the grid. There we are. Now for the repair solar panels, I think what I'm going to do is actually treat that as a protect my solar panels, meaning create a some sort of physical barrier between them and the Atmo, i.e. windows, so that they can not get destroyed by future storms. But even if that doesn't win, I'm still going to repair them anyway, because damaged solar panels produce less power. Which means let's crank out one more duct tape. And then we could also go through the recipe list that got unlocked for us because of the auto lathe mod and the printer mod. So let's take a look here. We have got the chemistry, reagents, yada yada yada. The desk stuff here. Nuclear batteries. Nuclear batteries don't need. They need inconel and astraloy, which I don't have the ability to make at present. We can now make electronic parts, which is mostly used for like research. GPS cartridges. IE programming chips, grow lights, which is Electrum. The Harvey, which is like the moving rovers. Silos. Yeah, it opens up a whole lot of additional stuff. There's also a solar panel basic heavy. I actually don't know what this is. Let me take a look. Resistant to storm damage. Cool. So they're storm-proof solar panels. Expensive to make, but pretty cool. Turn the AC on? Yeah, I should do that. I wanted a chance for this battery to regen a little bit, but it has. Oh, wrong one. All right, so that's cool. Then there's the weather station and wind turbines, the auto miner, the research machine, which we don't need because I don't have research enabled on this save. The pipe bending mod, which, and here's the research capsules that you would need to make normally. The tool printer mod, the Amy, which is funny because I was playing another game with an Amy. What else? Automated advanced furnace. So that's another good one. So let me see what they can tell me about the advanced furnace. The advanced furnace here. The advanced furnace is what's required in order to make these like tier 2 ingots. The astraloy, the hastaloy, the inconel, those are all, and the stellite and the waspaloy. Those are all only, I think, the advanced furnace, if I recall. Jackson, thanks. Yeah, heavy solar panels are immune to storm. All right. But again, I would need a regular automated furnace to even manage to get that. And then the cargo rocket stuff, because you can win the game, kind of like RimWorld, where you just blast off and you can switch. A lot of logic transmitters. Yeah, there's a whole lot of new stuff in this print list now. The turbine generator, which is like for heat differential, but not as good as the gas Jenny. And the ground penetrating radar. Yeah, so there's, oh, an advanced tablet. I don't even know what that's, what is difference is that? I haven't seen a lot of these things. How is this different? Oh, accepts 2 different cartridges. That's pretty cool. Well, I'll have to make one of those up when I can afford it. So automated furnace is sort of the go-to that people are voting on. Hey, Viper, thanks for the resub. And for TTY, greetings from Brazil. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, look at that coolant. Negative 60 something or another. That's great. So one thing I'm going to have to do in order to get the advanced furnace up, first things first, let's check up on the rest of the things that we can buy from this tech guy. Do they produce more heat? I don't know. The level 2, the modded benches. Yeah, I don't know. So I'll start working on the automated furnace the way I know how. Good thing the tech guy is a robot. Also repair while I'm out there. I'm planning on it. Alright, what do you have for sale? Launch pad. No, I think I pretty much bought everything interesting that he had for sale, so I'm going to depart him. Go away. Bye-bye. Okay. So, my wind turbines are fine. Just my solar that took a bit of a beating. But how I'm fixing it with duct tape, your guess is as good as mine. I like how the daylight sensor doesn't have any issues with the giant storm. Nothing up here does, except for the solar. But given how easy it is to just build solar, it does make sense that it, you know, it would suffer storm damage. Alright, so for me to work on the automated furnace, I am going to need a lot more resources. Namely, I'm going to need a lot of copper and gold. I'm also going to need sensor. It's a pretty complex project, and it's going to take me a while. I haven't built one in like months, if not years. So there will be some trial and error as well. But I'm down. It's also going to use a ton of power, yeah. It's going to use a ridiculous amount of power. Speaking of power, my suit. Which means that we'll probably want a second large battery just to power, just for the advanced furnace. So it doesn't draw from our normal grid. And then we'll probably also need to add some additional power generation once we use the furnace, or even before we use the furnace for the first time. So essentially the idea for the advanced furnace is that you capture atmospheric gas. You basically just use a active vent and a volume pump to adjust the pressures of your furnace. And then you heat the furnace up by putting it into a sealed room where you run heaters. And you just heat the room up, and the furnace will eventually equalize with the heat of the room. So it's like, it's very, very crude, but it works. And because I can't get oxide on this planet, it's going to be my way to make complex alloys. So yeah, it's a very, very crude solution. Very inelegant, but functional. Highly, highly functional. And then once it's fully built, it might actually be worth vacuum sealing it, too. Because that wouldn't be too much more material. Some might want to do that. And then it will need a lot of sensors and stuff like that, so I can tell the temperature and pressure. I'm already planning it out of my head, and it's a complex project because you have to manage the temperature and pressure of the furnace and the temperature and pressure of the room that the furnace is in. So it is, you know, it's complicated like that. Now, we can get a little bit of a head start because we're on Venus, and because we're on Venus, we'll be able to just use, we'll be able to capture gas midday in Venus, right? So like I can turn on the intake active vents right as it is peak heat. Hey, thanks for the raid. What were you playing? You were also playing Stationeers? Well, welcome. So for all of you raiders, I am taking community... Oh, actually, I have my current project incorrect. I'm taking community suggestion projects and working on them. This is... Oh, I don't know how many hours in I am, but I'm playing on Venus. Vanilla, no mods, nothing like that. Standard difficulty. And we're just trying to make the best of it. Definitely been some saves coming, though. That's for sure. But the base has been going really well. Thanks. Thanks for asking. Yeah, the here, I'll give you a quick tour. It's obviously nighttime on Venus right now. But I am trying to grab a little bit of material. So my chat just voted for me to work towards an automated furnace so that I can work towards an auto miner. Because on Venus, I don't really have the ability to get Constantin or Invar very easily because there is no oxite. So I'd have to feed the furnace like oxygen from a gas tank, which makes everything really, really difficult. But where were you playing? What map were you playing? Oh, last you saw me, I was getting an AC setup. Yeah, well, I just actually did some AC improvements. I added 15 more radiators to try to equalize the heat a little bit faster. But you probably mean my original attempt at getting AC up, not the latest one. Thank you for watching episode 23 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch and brought to you by the support of you viewers, both the viewers on Twitch and on YouTube, my patrons and my subscribers. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com, it's in the description of the video if you need, has all the information you need, but basically I stream this every Wednesday night, Eastern Standard Time. As I reminded you in the intro, I am also very far ahead of this point on stream. Just keep that in mind when providing feedback. Thank you, and I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.